AGOA has been a cornerstone of U.S. trade relations with sub-Saharan Africa since 2000. It allows eligible African countries to export thousands of products to the United States at reduced or zero import duties, giving their goods a price advantage in one of the world's biggest consumer markets. The program expired at the end of September last year, but President Trump subsequently signed a temporary extension in February, keeping AGOA alive only until the end of December this year. The House moved first, voting 340 to 54 in January for the AGOA extension through December 2028.
Reauthorization of the African Growth and Opportunity Act will advance the economic, strategic, and national security interests of the United States today and pave the way for future reforms to strengthen this critical program. AGOA has a proven track record of holding our trading partners accountable to the strictest standards while opening markets to American producers, particularly our farming community. It is a vital tool to combat the harmful influence of nations like China and protect America's supply chains, including access to critical minerals.
AGOA also provides approximately $1 billion in annual benefits to American consumers. The program has resulted in millions of American households enjoying lower prices for cocoa, coffee, and other goods that the United States cannot produce at home. American businesses understand the value of supporting robust U.S.-Africa trade, which supports more than 450,000 jobs across the United States. For this reason, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the American Apparel and Footwear Association, and countless other business associations are calling for AGOA's reauthorization by Congress. Put simply, this bill offers clear advantages for millions of American workers. AGOA is essential to protecting also U.S. foreign policy interests in Africa.
The Senate has now backed the same end date, but incorporated the AGOA extension into a much broader government funding measure. That package passed on August 8th and was sent back to the House 2 days later, which must now decide on its return from the summer recess whether to accept the Senate's version or seek further changes before the legislation can go to President Trump. If the House seeks further changes, however, the two chambers have to resolve those differences before identical legislation can reach the White House. And that's why there's still no firm date for when AGOA's extension would become law. But there's a larger question about what AGOA would look like in the future. The Trump administration's been pursuing a more transactional approach in international trade, seeking greater access for American goods and businesses in foreign markets. So even if the president signs this extension, African governments cannot necessarily assume that the program will continue beyond 2028 in its current form. It's also worth noting that AGOA's preferential treatment does not override other tariffs imposed by the Trump administration, including tariffs under separate trade measures, such as Section 232 or Section 301, meaning qualifying African exports could still face U.S. duties even if AGOA is extended, potentially reducing the economic benefit of the program, particularly for sectors such as automobiles, steel, and aluminium. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.